Hey, what are these giant, weird, Dr. Seuss-like looking plants in my border garden? And am I wearing socks with Crocs? You got questions, I got answers. Chaos in the garden. I mean, look at this. It's out of control. I'm telling you, Jurassic Park meets Dr. Seuss meets Magic Beanstalks. Crazy. I've got all kinds of gardens. I've got a formal boxwood garden. I've got a garden room over here, and I've got this beautiful border garden. But the one thing that everybody always asks me when they come over here is, what the heck are these giant, weird, Dr. Seuss looking plants in the border garden? Well, I'm going to tell you everything I know about them. They're castor bean plants, okay? And there's a whole story behind it, and I'm going to tell you everything that I know. So let's go. Okay, so we're on the outside border of my border garden. This is the outside. You all know about my Roman road. That's right in here. And then I built this border with conventional plants. I've got my hydrangea, I've got my tall phlox, I've got my asters, and I've got butterfly bushes. But what the heck are these? Shout out to Johnny O. He's my friend in New York. He lives out on Long Island. He's the one that sent me these seed pods, okay? He also sent me a bunch of weird voodoo crap that scares me because I don't like voodoo. So I put the dolls aside and all the talisman and all the weird voodoo stuff, but I kept these. And from these, I got this. These prickly things. And they were dried out when I got them. And when you open them up, inside are these. They're beans. And they're called ricinus. Okay, that's the Latin name, which translates to ticks, because they sort of look like swollen ticks. Full disclosure, castor and ricin is toxic, okay? There's a poison that's made out of it, but it's also castor oil. And unless you're gonna make a salad out of this whole thing, I doubt that anybody's gonna get sick, but they're beautiful. And out of these things, when they were dried in about February or March, I cracked them open, and inside of each one are one or two of these little seeds. So I just took them and I soaked them in water overnight, okay? And after 24 hours or so, I pulled them out and they started to have little legs on them, just little hairs. And then from that, just plant it in some soil. And you're growing these indoors until after the first frost. And then after a couple of weeks, they grow up like this. And after the frost, I just took them out and I transplanted them and I put them into this border garden. Well, it turns out that it went Jurassic Park on me. I mean, it frames the entire garden. And of all the things on our property, people always stop and wonder what is going on with these. And they're annuals where we live. I'm in zone 6B, Lexington, Kentucky. So in the wintertime, these are gonna die down. They'll die down to the ground. Because they're toxic, I'll collect them, I'll pick them up, and I'll take them away and I'll dispose of them. But I'm saving these. And then next year, after they've dried out, I'm gonna pull the beans out and I'm gonna do it again. These things are really hardy and they've grown up and they've taken over. And so what I've been doing is I've been training them, okay? And if you can see that these stalks have come up and formed this natural sort of trellis or an arbor, a secret passageway that gets me through the gardens. And I love it. So I built a path that goes from here to the Roman road, right? Now I pass through these magical beanstalks and then I come out here to the Roman road. And it's all framed by these things. And they're so easy to grow and they're so hardy. So now I have this really magical, enchanted, whimsical little path that's framed by these things. So I'm just in love with them. So that's it, magic beanstalk straight out of Dr. Seuss. Man, if you like these videos, please subscribe, send comments, like, do whatever you want, but don't judge me. just because I'm wearing Crocs with socks. Chaos in the garden.